Practice makes perfect.
Just give me a target.
Constant innovation. That's the Stark promise.
If you can beat Carol in a straight fight, I'll let you skip training. Good luck with that. Ready for more? Sometimes you just need to spice things up. Try something different.
Haha, nothing's gonna stop me now.
I hope Caretaker appreciates all the improvements we're making.
guys, I know you probably don't want to hear this, but we need to start stepping up.
I don't understand. I thought the Avengers were supposed to be like the greatest superhero crew on Earth. I thought they would do better than this.
You should know this by now, Robbie. Meeting your heroes is always disappointing.
They were never my heroes.
Hey, don't be so hard on them. They're doing their best.
You don't get an A for effort in this hellscape.
I didn't.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick with sitting on the sidelines while the Avengers keep striking out.
So am I. It's time to take control.
This is our chance to show Caretaker and the others that we're not a bunch of superhero school dropouts. We're the Midnight Suns, and we're the real deal.
Count this Daywalker in, Blood Witch.
Count this mutant, ex-despot of Limbo in as well.
Well, if you guys are in, so is Sparky.
Good. First, we need to hammer out the deets. We'll meet later. Till then, mum's the word. Okay? Guess you overheard our conversation.
It was difficult not to.
Let's face it, this doomsday scenario might be a little too on the gothy supernatural side for the Avengers. So, it's time for them to move over and let the kids take the reins.
While I admit that we may need a change in strategy, I do not see the need to squeeze out the Avengers.
It's not like they have any problem stonewalling us whenever they feel like it.
Nico, we are all supposed to be working together.
Well, maybe this working together stuff doesn't always, work out. Besides, everyone needs a little help now and then. Even the Avengers.
So, do you have a plan?
You mean a plan to stop Chthon from serving us all up in his all-you-can-eat cosmic flesh buffet? We don't have all the deets nailed down as of yet, but we'll work it out. Till then, keep this under wraps until we know what we're doing. I don't want to freak out the Avengers any more than they already are.
Will do.
Cool. Catch up later.
Isn't it literally called the prophecy of the Midnight Sun? Seems like it's really been our fight all along.
I know what it's like to feel guilty about the death of a loved one, too. My Uncle Ben. It's my fault he died.
Did you kill him?
Well, no, but I could have stopped the guy who did. Hey, those are beautiful. What are they, some kind of daisy?
Something as rare as she was.
I'm sure she forgives you.
Thanks, Peter. But I kinda want to be alone right now.
Yeah, okay, sorry, just trying to help.
I know, but this is not something you can help with.
Maybe someone else can. I feel bad for Robbie. I should get him some ice cream.
Do you think what Peter said is true? That Agatha forgives me for what I did?
I know she forgives you.
Yeah, right. You can't know that.
Well, I do.
No, you don't. No one does. She's dead, and it's all my fault. It's always my fault. If I had learned to control my powers better, she would be here today.
Maybe there is a lesson in all this tragedy.
Yeah? And what's that?
You learned what happens when you let yourself get out of hand. The best way to honor Agatha's memory is to learn from those mistakes in order to ensure it will never happen again.
See, you say it's not my fault, but that's not really what you think. You think I'm as dangerous as Caretaker does. I still haven't been able to look her in the eye since I've been back. She hates me.
Can you blame her? Agatha was all Caretaker had. her life partner. She sees you taking that all from her.
No, I can't blame her any more than I can't stop blaming myself. Maybe I should just ask for her forgiveness for destroying her life. Maybe it would make things better?
Agatha would want the two of you to be reconciled.
I know. I just don't know if I can make that happen.
Try. For Agatha.
Yeah, for Agatha. I, kinda need a few more minutes alone with her. Go on without me.
I will take my leave then.
Thanks, Hunter.
The Scarlet Witch is not long welcome in these halls.
Our time to stop Chthon is running short. At this point, I'm willing to try just about anything. So if you have any bright ideas...
We should not be sitting here waiting for Chthon to return to our world. We should take the fight to Chthon.
Everything we do here is to prevent Chthon from returning to our plane of existence. We don't go to him. That would be suicide.
I will fight him wherever I see him, no matter what those books tell you.
These books tell me Chthon has been a threat before civilization began, when all that walked the earth were the Elder Gods.
But what else? Surely there is some bit of knowledge we can use. What other things did you learn?
I could keep you up all night blathering on about this, so tell me specifically what you are curious about.
Who were these Elder Gods? Tell me about them.
Siblings brought into existence on this planet by the Demiurge, the source of all life. These beings were named Set, Gaia, Oshtur, and Chthon. They ruled the planet for many millennia, each of them pursuing their own interests, increasingly battling each other for supremacy until finally it became too much. New gods emerged to topple the old gods and remove their influence from our world.
Nothing lasts forever, even for gods. Was Chthon always this monstrous evil from the very beginning?
There was always something wrong with him, but his insatiable pursuit of chaos magic eventually corrupted him in ways he could never reverse. While Chthon's sibling Gaia sought to nurture life on his planet, Chthon sought to absorb it into himself, to remake all life in his own twisted image. It was because of that evil drive that Chthon was banished to another realm.
And there he waits, ready to return when the opportunity presents itself. Like now.
Like now.
If Chthon returns, what exactly will happen to this world?
The world and all life as you know it will cease to exist, but it will not vanish. It will be recast in Chthon's image. We will exist only as extensions of Chthon, and the world will only serve to keep him alive.
What a hellish existence. What about the Darkhold? Could it not provide us with secrets of Chthon?
The Darkhold is dangerous in its own way. With Chthon locked away in another dimension, this is how he has sought to influence events in our world. It is Chthon's own words laid down in print. We cannot trust it as a reliable aid in our battle. It would be like trying to defeat Ultron using his own memoir. Nothing good will come of it.
And the writing is probably awful anyway. The prophecy mentions the sleeping giant awakening. If that is Hulk, how important is he to Chthon's goals?
I'm not sure, other than his presence complicates our ability to stop Hydra and Lilith's efforts.
Something will have to be done about him, or Stark may lose his mind. I do not want to hinder you anymore. Keep reading. Surely there is something we can use.
I hope you're right. And I'll keep digging. One more book. Maybe that will have the answer. The prophecy speaks.
I do not want to hinder you anymore.
Can Robbie eat ice cream, despite the flaming head thing?
Tony and Dr. Strange may think they're the epicenter of our operations, but we all know this is where the real magic happens.
Seem to lose their interest.
Maybe you can give them a lesson they won't forget.
I got it.
It is too late for you. Is this what you had hoped for?
The advantage is mine.
I've been waiting. Don't cross my path again. No one is to blame. You should never have come here. She will sustain us.
The blood of heroes will sustain us.
More of them are joining the fight. Well, that was something.
You started it.
There was a time when Caretaker would have forbidden that sort of thing. You had your chance to escape.
Where will you go?
She calls upon the darkest of forces. My strike runs true!
Ow! Quit it!
My fate is no different from yours.
We can wait no more!
I've spotted enemy reinforcements. They're still set on me.
Everything's cool so far.
You won't forget.
I will not be defeated. I know what my future holds.
Awesome!
Do not bother running.
The history books really didn't do you justice.
You have earned this. You were never strong enough to face me.
Isn't Dr. Faustus wanted for war crimes? You guys might be accessories, you know? I'm right here.
Lilith must be desperate if these are her best. This shall be of great help.
me no choice.
This is it for you.
I'm surprised your allies aren't concerned about your dabbling in the dark arts.
I suppose it was centuries ago.
No change in plans, it seems.
It's good to be back in the fight.
Going for it. It must be weird having no discernible personality of your own.
About to begin.
Imagine if we actually practiced that.
I doubt they'll take that beating to heart, but we can always hope.
Hey Hunter, I'm gonna be saying some words about Blaze for the team. We're gathering in the cave right now. Come join us.
Magic asked me if I knew what streaming was. Doesn't she know my handle? 6XX Deadpool XX9?
Everybody's back in Robbie's cave. Guess he really wants to say something about Blaze.
Sure, Captain Marvel can
Nice, Hunter. You never lost your nerve. I'm glad I never tried to eat you.
Let's touch base. I don't mind stretching my legs. It's the sitting on my butt I can do without.
Why, hello, Hunter. I'm skipping the Blaze Memorial, but if you're interested, the others are gathered at Robbie's car.
Hey, thanks for coming, everybody. I know we're all stretched thin at the moment.
We're all here for you, Robbie. We know this is important to you.
But we should move things along. I know what you're all thinking. You thought Blaze was a major league asshole.
Whoa, I thought Professor Xavier was the mind reader, Logan.
Quiet, you. Anyway, Blaze. Yeah, he wasn't nice. But it's not a nice world. And sometimes you gotta be that way to get things done. And he really got a lot of things done. So, you kids remember that. You won't always be so fresh-faced and innocent.
Thanks, Logan. You said it better than I ever could.
To be honest, I really struggled with what I was gonna say. Because I used to worship the flaming ground Blaze rode on. And then I met him. And safe to say, I didn't worship him so much anymore. Fairly certain I hated him. Right until he went and sacrificed his life to save mine. Johnny might not have been perfect, but at the end of the day, he was one of us. And I'm glad to have known him. To Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny
Blaze.
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze.
Is that it? Can we go now?
Man, I just wish I could have brought my brother Gabe along. He'd love this place.
Listen, if you want, you can call me Eric. But that's between us. I better not hear Stark throwing it around.
Told me New York was cool in the 90s. Well, the 90s are cool again, but New York didn't do it for me.
Is this another movie night? And if so, where is Nico?
It's not an official movie night. It's more of my way of saying thank you for being a friend. I didn't have many growing up. Wasn't exactly the popular kid, if you know what I mean.
Well, if it matters to you, you are popular with me.
It does matter to me. I know what it's like to be hated, so I'm especially appreciative of the ones who don't. In Transia, it was just me and my brother Pietro for a long while. We wandered from village to village, begging, doing odd jobs, scrounging by any way we could.
That sounds impossibly hard.
We survived. It's why we had to that was the hardest part.
Oh?
When I was a child, Transia was very poor. Our parents could find no work. One day, my father stole bread to feed us. A mob chased him into our neighborhood. I was terrified for him. I told them to stop, and half of them turned to stone. I didn't mean to. I didn't understand my powers or how to use them, but I got scared, and people died. But the worst of it, Father pointed at me and cried out, "Witch." And then he was part of the mob, and they were after me. Pietro grabbed me and ran, faster than any person can run. We realized we could never go back. We were different and had to look out for ourselves.
I am so sorry. It must have been terrifying.
I thought I was going to be hanged or burned alive for the longest time. And for a while, I thought I deserved it.
Oh, Wanda.
I felt like my life was cursed with misfortune, heartache, and pain ever since. It wasn't until recently that I began to feel that curse lift.
What changed?
You. I met you, and you saved me. So, thank you for being a friend. Didn't know how much I needed one like you.
You're the best girl. You know that, right?
Parker said he'd take point on any future battles with the Hulk. He won't admit it, but it's true. Yeah, trust me. Howdy, partner. What's crackin'?
You seem quite brisk today.
Well, why shouldn't I be? Got a full 8 last night, just started a new supplement, and I've got a renewed outlook on my future.
Can I try your supplement?
Sure, but Gutsplosion Choco-loaded peanut butter protein powder is calorically dense, so limit your intake to your 2-hour workout days. Now, I'd offer to spot you right now, but I'm chasing down a story.
A story?
I had this revelation. You know I'm a trained journalist. I get a thrill when I break open a big corporate conspiracy or report on a public good.
So, you want to do more reporting?
Yeah. We've been so busy fighting Lilin and vampires with a Y that I haven't had time. I'm feeling this itch in the back of my head telling me to get out there and dig up some dirt.
You have my blessing.
Ah, good. Because I've already started. I want to look into Dracula's history with the new breed vampires. What was his grand plan? How did he get into a feud with Mephisto? And is it true that a secret cabal of vampires controls the internet?
That all sounds interesting.
Probably shouldn't say anything more at this point. You never know who could be listening.
In the Abbey? No one can spy on us here.
Exactly. Wink, wink. Let's keep this between us, okay?
Pull up a stool, Hunter. Never too early to get caffeinated. Stark convinced me to put a shot of his new Stark Drive energy drink in my coffee.
Stark Drive?
Sure. It tastes like sweaty gym sock dipped in coffee, but at least it wakes you up. And if we're headed to Transia, I'm gonna need it. This thing could last 24 hours or 24 days. Hard to tell.
This group does not waste time. We will strike at Hydra and Transia quickly, and we will win.
Now there's a real rah-rah spirit I can get behind. I've got no time for long stays overseas. I don't like to pack a toothbrush, and my transient is pretty terrible.
It makes sense that Lilith would go back there. Back to her homeland, that is. Back to the source of her powers.
She's gonna be in for a real nasty shock if she's looking for home. It's not like the old days with the Knights of Wundagore riding around the place. Red Skull and Hydra did a pretty good job of screwing Transia up in every way possible.
The people of Transia are good at heart. There is natural beauty there. We can still save the country from the destruction brought upon it.
We go smash Hydra, and while we're there, we'll plant some trees, Sounds like a plan.
It looks like the others are gathering now in the war room.
Yep, I'll head that way myself. Just need a few more sips of sweaty gym sock. I gotta talk to Stark about getting some new flavors.
Focus, Robbie. Focus.
Oh, I'm focused, Blade.
Point to Transia on the map.
A map is not the terrain, Blade.
You can't find it, can you?
It's somewhere in the, Russia region? Europe. Near, Germany.
You're our driver, Robbie.
That reminds me, what side of the road do Transients drive on?
Just have the hell ride full of diesel and ready.
The Hell Ride doesn't take diesel. It's fueled by the screaming soul energy of the unavenged, the wronged, and the betrayed. And trust me, the Hell Ride's topped off.
Okay, that was pretty badass, Robbie.
So, I read in your war journals, issue 47 to be specific, that you've been to Transia.
Is that a question?
More like a prompt. You know, to see if the journals were true, or if there was something you left out intentionally.
Ah, for intel.
Yes, definitely for intel. If so, War Journal number 47 is my favorite. So when you were surrounded by Hydra troops in that Transian cemetery, did all that stuff really happen? Where you bounced the shield off the tombstones and took out like 10 elite troops?
No.
Oh, so you made it up?
No, I cut out the more unbelievable parts. Lots of redacting. Truth was way crazier.
I knew it!
Let's discuss. But first, the mission.
Right, the mission. Good call, Captain America.
You enjoyed calling me Captain America, didn't you?
Yes, a little too much. I'm kind of a big fan.
Is there anything you can tell us about Transia that might give us an edge?
Transia is a country in trauma. Their borders could easily destabilize at any moment. The people there, they have seen so much war, trauma, and pain. We must spare them at all costs.
Right. I'm packing coffee pods. Anything you like?
Yes, the coffee shop cinnamon blend. Good call, Ileana. Transia is known for lots of trauma, war, and terrible coffee.
We cannot expect to save the day with decaf. That would be counterproductive.
This will be a very strange homecoming.
We are not our homes. We are our family. And our little spooky family here can get through anything together.
I missed you, Ileana. Will my Transia ever know peace?
We must not leap to conclusions or confrontations.
Ah, Hunter. I did not expect to see you here. Added to the list, I suppose.
I am sorry?
Of things I can no longer perceive since I lost my connection to the Sanctum. While knowing the comings and goings of my teammates may seem trivial, the dealings of the dreaded Dormammu are unfortunately not. I fear he may be plotting against us as we speak and have been attempting to gaze upon his home realm of the Dark Dimension for some time now, with little success thus far.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You haven't, by chance, mastered the art of astral projection and universal awareness since we last spoke, have you?
I do not think so.
Pity. Probably best if I try this alone, then. But the offer is appreciated.
Very well. I will leave you to your work.
As you wish. We'll speak again later, of that at least I'm certain. To think, long ago the nation of Transia was once the seat of power for the heroic knights of Wondergore.
Might as well be Camp Hydra these days.
They're pulling in reinforcements from everywhere. But reinforcing what exactly?
Mount Wondergore. There's been something wrong with that place for as long as I can remember.
Something like this.
Nothing wrong with that. Now we know where to strike. Time for a little payback on Queen, Demon... No? Right. Make one slight mistake.
Handing my mother the last page of the Darkhold?
Bringing back the Hulk?
Okay, same mistake. Technically, fine. You take point then.
Roger that.
Actually, how about you let us handle things? The Sanctum, Tony's Gamma Death Star, Wanda. Think about it. Every time we listen to you all, some new catastrophe seems to happen. You're not our babysitter, Hunter. You're our leader. And we are the Midnight Suns. We're family.
And family's family. So this time,
we got your back.
Then what are we waiting for?
what if we aim for his heart or something?
He's not a vampire. He's a gamma-powered muscle man.
Juiced up with a heavy dose of Lilith's corruption.
In other words, we're screwed.
Look, I know Lilith is like a dark goddess with an extra angry Hulk as her number 2.
Don't forget the Parchment of Power. She's got that too, which is like super OP.
But we've got something that she doesn't.
A death wish?
No, dude. We've got friends. Each other. We're the Midnight Suns. And you know what we Suns do?
We rise.
We've got this, guys. We have to believe in ourselves if we're gonna pull this off. Blade, Robbie, you know what to do, right?
We'll see you soon, Nico.
Better not leave me hanging, because our entire continued existence depends on us.
Right. No pressure. It's just the end of the world.
Not if we can help it.
Should we do a gold team?
Don't ruin it. A good speech is enough.
I'll be monitoring the troops' movements from here. You have a small window to strike the facility and get out.
What if we like the place and want to move in?
Watch it. If you want to prove yourself on this mission, you don't need to start acting like Tony Stark. You're traveling to the heart of Lilith's power.
We know. We'll be extra careful. Demon energy barriers or jolly green monsters?
Then they are ours.
That room.
Lilith, too. So it was here, all along. Wanda was right.
She usually is.
Right. One problem at a time. Midnight Suns, assemble! Or whatever.
Yes. Midnight Suns assemble or whatever.
Why not?
It looks as if Lilith has sent every last Hydra goon she could find to guard the entrance.
Between the creepy glow and the howling demonic Hulk, I think we're running out of time.
We must not let them stand in our way.
sacrifice yourself blindly for Lilith? You are more foolish than you look. Ready? Enjoy your rest. This will help you.
Now that was something. Hail that!
Don't expect me to run.
Your fate is sealed.
For the mother!
A blessing.
To think this was once hallowed ground, long before Lilith was entombed here.
Too bad it was Hydra that finally stuck around.
Chthon has been waiting eons for this moment. I'm not giving Hydra any more credit than I have to.
Nor should you.
Make this easy on both of us. You asked for it.
As they say, it gets the job done.
Being a fascist wasn't good enough, huh? You had to get into demon worship too? Now's not the time to act tough.
So it begins.
We see of your movements.
Welcome assistance.
We will not fail. Soon they arrive.
Ugh, I still don't get why these guys keep fighting. It can't be the money. What else do mercenaries take in trade?
We both know what Lilith offers them, Nico. A false promise of eternity catered to every corrupted mind.
A sparrow buried in
Now is not the time to romanticize our peril. Your loyalty to the Mother of Demons will be your undoing. I am impressed.
Don't waste any of my time.
Regroup at position Tango.
Fear is temporary. I am forever.
The Knights of Wonder. Land was cursed.
A well-justified conclusion.
Wondagore resonates with the dark energies of Cathan. Even the mountain could not contain his vile influence forever.
Blink and you'll miss it.
There was a time when Caretaker would have forbidden that sort of thing. You were too weak for this fight.
Buy us some time! Get inside while you can! Leave that to me!
Punch it!
Hell yeah!
You alone among your kind can serve as the conduit of my power, precious child. Liber tenebris reversus es nobis. Only a few moments longer. Together we will reforge the Darkhold and usher in...
It's over, lady!
Mother, no! Stop this!
Lucky shot. She won't hit me again.
But it is all for you. Everything I do is always for you, child.
Block her out! She gave up the right to call you that word when she sold her soul to that monster.
The truth shall reveal itself soon enough.
Even with her attention focused on that damn book, Lilith's barrier will not be easy to bring down.
Yeah, but the cave shore is.
Midnight suns, disassemble.
Now you're talking.
It's not the most elegant solution, but bringing the roof down on them will certainly put a damper on things.
Should have hit a few of those columns with the hell. I'm gonna tell Robbie you said that. That's one hell of a move.
This shall be of great help. I feel more like myself every day.
So long have we waited for your blood.
I think they like me.
I've spotted enemy reinforcements.
Do not waste your strength here, child. What has been set in motion cannot be undone. Will not be undone.
You have the power to stop this, Mother.
A debt of blood is owed, and a debt of blood shall be paid. Time will lie.
No convincing her. You know what you have to do.
Only the innocent are spared. She will sustain us.
Buried for another 1,000 years.
Our pact will not be broken. An eternity of suffering awaits. It is time. Submit.
Lilith must really want me out of the picture. They have not changed their plans.
Sarah, my sister. It's been far too long.
Don't speak as if you know me, demon. You haven't been my sister for centuries.
It saddens me to hear you say that.
No one calling themselves the Midnight Sun will ever join your corrupted ranks. I promise you that.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
Join our fight.
one man, or monster, capable of withstanding the dark energies of that book long enough to fully restore it.
Banner's been nothing but trouble since this whole thing started.
We both know what it is like to have a power that others desire, Blade.
Maybe, but I don't rip my clothes off and go berserk whenever I'm in a bad mood. Prepare yourselves. This will be your end.
Your mother abandons you. They can't possibly know.
I think you can. Our ally is injured. They've chosen their fate. You only doom yourselves. I'm up. Maybe you should teach me that one.
No mercy for the servants of Lilith. Feel my call.
That barrier is still holding.
Liber tenebris reversus es nobi.
Get out of there, now! You've done more than anyone could ask!
Almost. Yo, demon lady!
One thing before we go. This is for
Johnny Blaze.
No! The spell must not be interrupted!
Now we may leave.
Mother.
Your mother died centuries ago. Now get out of there!
Predators.
What's wrong?
Everything.
Yes, Robbie, I have eyes.
Dude, that's so freaking crazy.
Please be alarmed in silence.
Yeah, tell that to Sparky.
The mysterious structure, which has
I
been
hope Aunt May
described as
isn't
some
watching
kind
this
of
because she's
ancient
going to
temple,
flip.
has suddenly appeared in the war-torn Republic
You try
of
to stop
Transia,
it, but-
decimating a
I
remote
screwed
village
up,
at the
Robbie.
base of Mount
It's
Wonderful.
okay, you can
These
say it.
images, taken by a tourist, have been reposted over 2 million times on every social media outlet with the hashtag #ApocalypseWow.
We're in the end game now.
Will I see you at the meeting?
Maybe. Depends how bored I am.
You're expecting to hear a witty one-liner. I get it. But I gotta say, I'm speechless.
I find that hard to believe.
I'm serious. You dropped a freaking mountain on the Hulk, and he waltzed away like it was nothing. I mean, if a mountain didn't kill him, what could? My ego? No, no. It couldn't stand carrying the weight of the entire world. Oh, a billion elephants. A duck the size of a house? Or maybe 2 mountains.
Third time is the charm. Maybe we could drop the moon on him.
Perfect idea, Hunter. Rock hard just thinking about it. I said what I said.
What else is there to lose at this point?
Literally everything. Figuratively, also everything. The exciting thing is that you don't know.
And you know how this ends?
A Deadpool never reveals his secrets. After all that, we can add another L to the pile.
An L?
You know, a loss, a goose egg, a big fat 0. Gotta say, I don't know how you keep up the cheerleader attitude.
Because there is no other choice. I need to keep moving onward.
Sounds too heroic to me. Try again.
But it is the truth. I cannot stop now.
The truth also sounds stupid. But you're going because of spite. That's relatable.
You are more perceptive than you give on.
They don't call me Perceptive Pool for nothing. Just take it sleazy, Hunter. The fight's not going anywhere.
Good to see you.
Did you read today's book?
Of course, but you'll get nothing out of me until the meeting. Transia. I don't know how we always end up back there.
Are you heading to the meeting?
Yeah, I'll be there shortly.
Book club tonight. You in?
Meet you there.
After you.
I was up all night finishing this book. I should have read it earlier.
My plan backfired. Thought choosing a weird book would drive people away.
Why would you do that?
More punch for the rest of us.
Why have I not heard of Crash Morgan? I know it's an older book, but this is exactly the kind of story I like.
I thought Logan might bail. But I told him we'd bring more snacks this time. I have him figured out. Ready to kick this off?
I am ready.
All right, Logan, I need to know. Why did you choose this book?
I'll tell you, just not yet. I want to hear what you thought of this book.
It was written in the 1940s, so I expected some repugnant attitudes and phrases. But it surprised me. The writing was simple, yet the story was deeper than it had any right to be.
What was your favorite part?
It's in the chapter where Crash and the princess escape the Zorgots. The next morning, they see the sun rise and Mars rising beside it. When the princess asks what the future holds and Crash just stares at Mars as it eclipses the sun, it gave me chills.
Is it just me, or do the stellar bodies represent their time together?
Absolutely. The time they have together is fleeting. I think this is where Crash first realizes there's no future for the two of them. Anyway, I think the moment gets lost when the Zorgots deploy their Null Stalkers.
I don't get why the robot dog didn't warn them. I thought it could talk.
Not until number 19, the minefields of the reticulates. It's a whole thing.
Got it. So, what's the idea with Crash's promise?
What about it?
When Crash apprehends Glaxogorp, they have a tense conversation in the back of the flypod. Crash says there's a way the Zorgots can leave the moon with everything they want, but the princess must take the throne. Then Crash vows that no queen of royal blood shall ever rule Deimos. Glaxogorp agrees, but why? Crash breaks the vow in the next chapter.
That makes no sense. Why say Queen of Royal Blood?
You're right. I can't believe I missed that. And how does that tie into the Hydro gunfight at the top of the space scraper?
Really? You don't see it?
I do.
They're shapeshifters.
Who?
Crash and Glaxogorp.
No.
Yep.
But then, when do they...
The Hydro gunfight. Crash gets hit in the helmet and goes down. And what happens whenever Crash is unconscious?
The helmet changes color. Turns bronze like the suit.
Right. Then Glaxogorp pulls up on the rocket sled and takes Crash and the princess into custody. That's when they make the switch. Crash and Glaxogorp change form, but where do they stash the princess?
It is obvious. They put her in Crash's suit.
Exactly. Crash won't need it to survive because they're within the bubble city. So we get to the Deimos Council meeting. The princess refuses the throne and declares her love for Crash, who is the princess in Crash's suit. When they embrace, the false princess deactivates the Magna Manacles binding Crash. But Crash nabs the Star Scepter from the fake princess, activates the suit's Zoom vest, and smashes through the Monoculus.
So, if that's the actual princess, she escapes. But who is the false princess?
That's a shapeshifted Glaxogorp. Without the Star Scepter, Deimos can't crown their queen.
Right. She never wanted it, and the Zorgots definitely don't want it. Glaxogor, posing as the princess, can steer Deimos away from war.
And when the fake Glaxogorp vows the Star Scepter shall be restored to the princess, that's actually Crash.
So Crash made 2 vows and broke neither of them. The cliffhanger with Glaxogorp chasing Crash's ship is actually Crash returning to the princess so they can escape Deimos.
You got it. They reveal the switcheroo at the beginning of number 6, Attack of the Intergalactic Space Weasels.
Clever. I like it more now. And that's where we'll call it for tonight.
So, Logan, why did you pick this book?
Because it's fun.
No other reason?
Every book doesn't need to be a teachable moment.
Fair enough.
I almost wish this book was a comic instead. I would have liked to see the Monoculus.
I wonder if Tony could build me a robot dog.
My book was the best of them.
You have only been to 2 meetings.
Yeah, but you know I'm right.
You did not mention a book for next time.
Yeah, with everything going on, I'm gonna put book club on a hiatus until things are less apocalyptic.
I hope we come back to this in the future.
Same here. Books are a gourmet meal for thought. Not to call anyone out, but you just can't feed your mind gristle.
It would be a shame if Nico heard you say that.
Nice try. She knows what I think of her taste in movies. Besides, I said it to her face last week.
What did she say?
Don't make me magic all your books into screenplays, unpublished screenplays. In the face of a threat like that, I'm not too proud to admit I backed down. Actually, I need to thank you for sticking around since the beginning, for all your help with Carol.
Of course.
I don't get close to many people. I never get into relationships. That's not a rule I ever break. But I did with Carol. Beyond all the reasons, I find her amazing. Do you know why?
You are into her because she can kick your ass.
That's exactly it.
Really? I was joking.
I'm not. Vampires fight dirty. They'll kill whoever you love just because they can. If they really want you to suffer, they'll turn your true love into one of them. That's why dating me is a death sentence, and I refuse to put that weight on anyone. But can you imagine some pissant vampire trying to chow down on Captain Marvel? First, his fangs would snap off on contact with her skin. Then she'd just chuck it into space. No hiding from the sun out there. There's no way they can ever touch her. But it's not just that.
It is you. She is safe from you.
Yeah. I never break my rule because I know deep down there's a chance I could lose control. But with Carol, hell, she could hold me over her head till I was myself again. Wouldn't even break a sweat.
I am so sorry to hear that.
Please don't. I have no sympathy for the monster inside me, and neither should you. This isn't really about me.
It is about everyone else.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you joined me for all of this. Maybe next time the world is ending, I'll start a sparring club.
A sparring club? Is that just training with a fancy name?
You saw right through me. You headed out?
That is it for me.
Good meeting.
Wanda, there's something I ought to say to you.
Oh?
You were right about Lilith's tomb.
Did you just say I was right about something?
I did. Just as you were probably right about other things, too. Many other things. You let an old, stubborn immortal let you take the blame for so much.
You were hurting. You needed something to point to.
And here I was thinking I was the one who was supposed to take care of all of you. I am sorry, Wanda. For everything.
So am I.
I see you and Caretaker are on the mend.
Seems so. I should be happy about it. But how can I be happy about anything when the Temple of Chthon is wreaking havoc on my home? I grew up in Transia, you know. In a remote village at the foot of Mount Wondergore. It's all destroyed now. Along with those poor people's lives.
Wanda, I am so sorry.
Not as sorry as they are. I can promise you that.
We will save them. That I can promise.
And I'd like to be around to help them. But first, we have to stop your mom. I'm afraid of her, you know. Of seeing her. I mean, what if it happens again? What if she turns me back into bad Wanda? What if I go dark?
If it came to that, we would find a way of removing her corruption again.
I appreciate that, but I don't think you're going to have time for all that while you're also trying to stop Chthon from tentacle climbing into this dimension.
You're right. We probably would not have time to save you.
You wouldn't?
I am joking.
Oh, you almost got me there.
No one is leaving you behind, ever again.
Promise?
Cross my heart.
Well, I ought to get back to the news. See what new horrors are befalling my hometown.
Do not watch too much of it. The overconsumption of news media is supposed to be bad for your mental health, especially during an apocalypse.
There are worse things for your mental health, Hunter, and I'm pretty sure I've experienced them all. I'll take my chances with a little cable news. Night.
You have gone too far, Mother.
I could say the same to you, child. Leaving me for dead and buried under that mountain. What a way to treat your mother.
One look at Transia tells me everything I need to know. Sarah was right. My mother died centuries ago.
It pains me to hear you say that. Especially when everything I have done has...
Do not say it. Do not tell me you have unleashed all those horrors in my name.
I do not need to. All will be revealed soon. The Darkhold is finally complete. The prophecy draws to its close. The Midnight Sun is coming, and with it, him. We will all have our final parts to play. Will you be ready when the curtain rises?
If everything you do is truly for me, Mother, then I beg you to stop. Let us both return to our graves and let the world know peace.
You almost sound like him.
I thought we could not talk about him here.
Don't be ridiculous. Not him. Him. Your father. He once said something similar to me. Several lifetimes ago.
I have never heard of you speak of him until now.
We close upon the end of a billion years prophecy. Forgive me if I'm a bit sentimental. I sometimes wonder if I could bring his soul to this place. To have him stand once more beside me. Beside us.
I implore you, do not. In his death, he has been spared the sight of the foul creature you have become. I envy him for that. What? No snappy comeback? Promises that we shall be reunited under the glorious eye of the midnight sun?
No, child. Not this time.